Now let us understand what are strings. Strings are nothing but character arrays in C language. Now a string is normally enclosed within double quotes, whereas a character is enclosed in single quote. Now when a string is enclosed in double quotes, this is saved in the memory in the given character array like this. So where when we say A, B, C, D is stored in the character array in the given sequence, and there will be a special character which indicates that this is the end of the string, and this character is called /0, which is nothing but 0. So a string is normally terminated with /0. So till there is /0, we consider that it is a string. Now because you already know what is a character, normally stores the ASCII code of the given character. So in reality, this is how you will see in memory within S. So small a ASCII code is 97. So next B is 98, C 99, D 100, and /0 is 0. So you will see that this is the sequence of characters which is actually stored in S. Now let us also consider a special case. Now when we declare a character S of 10 equal to ABC, now if you look at it, the actual array size is 10, but the given character string is ABC, that is of size 3 characters. So it is stored in memory like this, ABC and followed by /0. The /0 indicates that this is the end of the string. And what about the rest of the characters? Here in this case, they are all filled with some garbage value. So because there is /0, it all automatically indicates that this is the end of the string, and our string processing should end here. The rest of the characters should be ignored. Now let us see with an example how we can declare strings and how you can read the value of a string and print it. Now here I'm going to write a new file. I will name it string ex1.c. So now in order to declare a string, it is nothing but a character array in C language. So character, let's say name of 20. So I took a character array of size 20. Now I'm going to read the name. So for that we will say printf, enter your name, scanf, and the type of value that we are reading is a string, so the code is %s and followed by name. Why there is no ampersand needed here? So because ampersand is not required, what happens is this is the name of the array, and as you already know, the name of the array holds the starting address of that array. So we are already giving the address, so there is no need to place ampersand here. And printf hello and followed by %s and name. So here in this example we are simply reading a name and we are printing the name. Now let us execute this and see what is the outcome. GCC string ex1.c. Enter your name, I will say Sagar. So you can see that we printed hello and Sagar. Sagar is stored in the given character array. And now we will get back to some other interesting point here. So when we say enter your name, I will say Vidya Sagar. I got only hello Vidya, but I didn't get the Sagar because scanf by default considers the space as a separator. That means the first string that is entered is Vidya, and this is actually terminated the scanf because we read the value and the rest of the value is ignored. So that is the reason why when you are using scanf you cannot read spaces, content with spaces. There is something special that you need to do if you want to accept a space as well, where I can specify in the square brackets I want to read all the characters, that is a cap. Here caret means all characters and the terminating character is /n. Either you can use /n or you can use semicolon. When you put semicolon or some other character, that means that read the string till this character is encountered. Now when I say semicolon, I have to manually type semicolon in order to terminate the read operation. Now I'll just put /n here so that when I press an enter key, it automatically ends the scanf. And this value is read into the name. Now let us see the outcome of this. I'll say Vidyasagar, so you can see that it also accepted the space. Now if I put semicolon, see what happens. I can see Vidya and I will put enter key, but still the scanf did not end. It is expecting the character to be terminated with semicolon. So I will say Sagar and I will put semicolon. Now you can see even the enter key is also accepted inside the string. That is because you typed an enter key here. So enter key is also accepted and it is placed inside the array. Now this is a small tricky one, maybe too early to explain you all those things, but still I hope that you understood this point. For now I'll just leave it as %yes to ensure that you understand it easily. So now instead of printing %yes and the name, can I read individual elements of this character? Still yes, you can do that. I'll say INTI. I'll start with I. So printf print using a loop. I'll start with I equal to 0 and till name of I is not equal to character /0, and this is the end character as you already know. So till the character is not equal to /0, you can use printf %c and name of I. So each character, you are iterating through each character, and then if it is not equal to /0, you are just printing it. So this is how you can print the character or the string using the loops. This is very useful when you are manipulating the string. So let us see the outcome. Enter your name, I will say Sagar. So there is an issue here. What happened? Because we did not increment I. So I remained at 0, so it always printed the 0th character, and because it is not equal to /0, this loop went into an indefinite loop. So we need to increment the I in order to reach the /0, right? Enter your name. So I printed Sagar using the loop. I'll just print a /n. You can see the printed Sagar using the loop.